So hello, and yeah, it's not a beer review. So yeah, what's coming next? What's next for Wraggys Beer Reviews? And probably the future of Wraggys Beer Reviews in a lot of ways. Well, what's next is literally in a few weeks' time. We, the happy drinkers, me, the wife, Andy, Angela, and his daughter Alex and Caden, Alex's boyfriend, Lisa, Glenn, and Callie and Pepper, dogs. We're all going to Filey, to Wrighton Sands in Filey. We're going there on the weekend of the 26th, 27th. Don't ask me the real date, it's Friday this year. We're going up on the Friday, looking to maybe go to a brewery on the way up, because we can't get into the caravan till 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I think. So we're going to go up and we'll see what's about. I may even take the trip up to Whitby and do Whitby Brewing Company, then back down to Filey. So I've already got Whitby out of the way, and go in there and get some beers from Whitby Brewing Company. On the Saturday morning, we've arranged with Bridbrewer to do a double brewery slash taproom, Bridbrewer and Taproom over in Bridlington. There is actually a Bridlington Brewing Company as well, funnily enough. I googled it the other day. And again, excited to see if I can find it, you know. Obviously, our trips, our little weekends away are not just about beer. In the daytime, we'll go out, we'll discover the local area. We may well go to Scarborough again. We've got a dog now, so walking on the beach, taking dog for a walk, letting her have a good run round. You know, she's a lovely dog, so for us that's a good thing. We absolutely love our little pooch. But yeah, that weekend, obviously definitely going to Bridbrewer and Taproom, wanting to get a nice beer haul from there, seeing what he's got, whatever he's got on in bottle that interests me. We'll be doing, we're hoping to do some beer reviews from his taproom. That's our first our first holiday, as it were. Just a long weekend away. Have a swig. Oh, a lovely plum porter. Yeah, looking forward to going back to that area of the world. Like I say, North Riding Brewery, that isn't overly far away as well. I don't know if they've got an on-site shop. If anybody lives that neck of the world, Bridlington, Filey, Scarborough, Whitby, my wife's never been to Whitby, so that might be a thing for us to do on the Friday. Actually, drive up to Whitby, do Whitby, and then come back, and then get in the caravan, and then in the evening, you know, we'll have a beer and we'll have a laugh with each other's, and we'll probably just fall asleep and have a rest. Because like most people in the summer months, I certainly myself, I work ridiculously hard in the summer, and by now I'm starting to feel it, and I am today, really feeling my shoulder and my neck. Absolutely in pain at the moment, to be honest, but I need to, the beer's helping a little bit, but I need to get some deep heat on it and basically rest. I think I'm at breach. Luckily this week, not got many gardens on. So I did some extra gardening last night, only a couple of hours. I've got gardening to do tomorrow night, a couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours maybe. Depends how many hours I want to do. You know, I'm not, I don't have to do any. But look after gardens, and I like the garden to look as good as it looks, you know, especially when they've got people coming round. It invigorates me to see a garden looking good and my workplace looking good. You know, it's my stamp. If it looks crap, then what am I doing? You know, even though there are other jobs to do. I mean, this week I've had to catch up on mowing. So yeah, literally that's happening on the 26th of September. Next up, Robin Hood Beer Festival. Now, Robin Hood Beer Festival. I can honestly say I'm not sure what I'm doing. I've not bought no tickets yet. I'm not sure about buying any tickets yet. I'm not sure whether I'm just going to go or try and get a ticket for the trade session. Despite being a beer reviewer and a beer influencer for Nottingham, certainly Nottingham's beers, I have never been offered by none of any of these beer festivals a complimentary ticket, shall we say. I'm not bothered really, but it's interesting, especially when tickets fly around to pubs and their guests, and to breweries and their guests, and I dare say there's more than just them. And yeah, it's a little bit, you know, you do a lot for local and over the years, and yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. Although the Rouse Emporium in Long Eaton did offer to get me a ticket for the Friday, and they're going to meet up at 1 p.m. At Castle Rock Brewery. So I've not been to Castle Rock in a while. So yeah, I'll see what goes off there. See if I still get the ticket. As for the happy drinkers, I don't think we're going down. I don't think even the wife's bothered this year, and the reason being, and I'll put it into absolute terms that we can all understand. We've got travel into Nottingham, travel out of Nottingham. £25 each for a ticket, so £50 for 2 tickets. You're talking minimum of 10 quid travel. So that's 60 or 70 quid. Food is anything from £10 to 15. If you have one lot of food, you need food while you're drinking beer. You can't do beer on an empty stomach. You can't. So that's 70, you're looking 85 quid. And that's before we've had our first beer. So you can understand that the beer festival, as much as I love to go, as much as I love to do the beery thing, you're looking at 200 quid possibly. 200 quid is a lot of money these days. I just literally struggle to do that. When there are other things to do, you know, to go away and do. I mean, let's be fair, as Wraggys Beer Reviews, let me just have a swig. We already do enough. We already support the pub and beer industry in a massive way. You know, us and the happy drinkers, literally Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, and sometimes even in the week, we'll meet up for a beer, a few beers, and you know, we'll have a fair few beers when on a session, going around all the local pubs and breweries. You know, there's so many. Predominantly Beeston's our home, although Hucknall's becoming a bit of a home as well, funnily enough, for food as well. And you know, it's still a cost of living crisis, isn't it? We're still in that, and you know, unless you you've got plenty of bucks that you can spend, and you're in a wage that's amazing, and you ain't got many outgoings, then that's great. You can spend willy-nilly. And obviously still do the beer reviews, obviously, and still drinking a fair amount of money's worth a week in beer. So yeah, at some stage there has to be some sort of cutback, and whilst Cameron Nottingham do a great job at the cricket ground, like I say, Wednesday and Thursday is literally 10 or 11 quid to get in. Friday and Saturday 25, and that was last year's prices. That's a lot of money. That's a bloody big jump from 10 or 11 quid. Whereas the best of the beers is most likely going to be on the Wednesday, straight away, because obviously you've still got to get rid of the beers. You can't. Cask beer needs to be sold. You know, at no end of the day, cask beer needs to be sold. So it's interesting. Anyway, literally was hoping to go to the Kellamall Beer Festival. Sadly, I'm in bloody Prestatyn on the same week, October the 20th onwards. October the 20th onwards, we're over in North Wales in Prestatyn and that area. We're looking to go to Snowdonia. I'm looking to go to the Purple Moose Brewery. I'm looking to go to Mould Ale House. I'm looking to go to Pollys Brew Co. You know, while we're in that neck of the woods, if there's a brewery nearby, and I do mean nearby, not 2 hour trek, because I'm not going silly bloody miles just to get a brewery. I'll buy some beers from the local shops and support their local breweries in a way that I can. Conway's Brewery is also up in that neck of the woods. So, you know, want to support, but sensibly. I hate driving at the best of times. So yeah, we've got a week in Prestatyn. Well, 5 days, not quite a week, but 5 days. Really looking forward to it. I dare say it's going to be wet. It's Wales. It's a bit like Ireland for us. When we go to Ireland, it always rains. You know, but we'll make the best. We'll always make the best of whatever the weather is. Doesn't matter. Got great company. Got the happy drinkers. All of us like a laugh and that. The blokes like a beer. Glenn likes his lager. Me and Andy like our different beers. Maybe spirits. You never know. Lisa, Ange and Tracy, and I'm not sure if Neve's coming on that one, and our Harry, they like the games in the evening, and we'll just have a chill, and we'll just play it by ear. Whatever's around us, we'll enjoy the best of what's there, whatever's there, you know, and we won't be disappointed either, because for us it's just a breakaway. And this is the great thing about friends, you know. I mean, we had a great time at Cleethorpes in March. Grimsby and Cleethorpes had a fantastic caravan. Yeah, because Keith was with us as well. Keith's in Belgium at the moment, so yeah. And the Happy Drinkers families is not just 3 families. It's a multitude of families that all join together at certain times. Not all the time, you know, our friends and other friends come and join us. And it's an open-ended, it's like an open-ended thing where people come and join us. And it's like, you know, and we call that the Happy Drinkers, because we love a drink. And but not too silly, you know, not there to get ratted and can't afford to. But there to enjoy a good beer. And yeah, I've drank all my nice beers. I really should have saved some of them Imperial Stouts, but I've drank them. I enjoy drinking them, you know, and that's it, you know. I feel guilty sometimes that I've drank some lovely Imperial Stouts, like, but I enjoyed brewing them, and I enjoyed drinking them, and you know, it is what it is. Moving on for the Prestatyn holiday in November in Derby, we've got Derby Beer Con. I'm super excited to go to that. I want to see what the wife's doing. I need to check the dates, make sure it doesn't clash with anything. Daughter's birthday for one. Check the money availability as well, because like most people, we're on a budget. Can't freely spend, you know, again another 100 or so quid to get into Derby Beer Con. You're again looking at 10 or 15 quid to get in. You're again looking at transport, food and things like that. So yeah, it you know, you have to weigh up the pros and cons. You know, we all would love to do everything we want to do in life. I'd love to go to America. I'd love to go back to Disney World and Orlando and spend weeks there. Back to Disneyland Paris, back to Portaventura. You know, 3 places I've been to: Portaventura and Disney World many times. Disneyland Paris only once. I'd love to do all these things. I'd love to go back to Northern Ireland, but there are only so many. There's only so much the kitty can stand. And we're at an age now where we want to enjoy every week, something every week, a bit of something to look forward to at the end of a week. You go to work all week, you work hard, and you know, you get the pennies, and then at the weekend you look forward to an afternoon out, be it 3 hours or be it 7 or 8 hours. It doesn't really matter in that respect. Never to get drunk. The intention of the happy drinkers is never to be steaming, but to certainly enjoy ourselves. And that is, you know, why. And it was through Lisa, actually. She made the Happy Drinkers chat, which got me to form the Happy Drinkers social media channels. And in the future, maybe with local breweries, you know, Andy's already collabed with Bang the Elephant and quite a few other breweries, so that's great. You know, I got drunk as usual, but yeah, I still did some beer stuff. I'll be better over at Bridbrewer and Taproom. Yeah, I'll be a bit more sensible. But you know, life is about enjoying yourself. We've got to be so careful that we don't just work ourselves into oblivion. And for mental health, I need to be positive. I need to work. I need to keep busy. Tonight I can't do, because my shoulder and neck is killing me. So I'm having to not do anything tonight. So to try and let it sort itself out. I'll go and find some deep heat in a minute and rub it on my blooming neck. But you know, it's about enjoying life. We've only got one, as far as we know, we've only got one chance at it. So we need to enjoy, but we also need to look after people. We need to be good people. Good to people around us. embrace the positive people, disregard the negative people. So yeah, Derby Beer Con's on the agenda. Possibly looking at doing more brewing. Whether I do some at the end of September or wait till November to do it, October, November before Christmas, a nice couple of 2 or 3 brews ready for Christmas. You know, having some Christmassy beers to brew, to drink at Christmas would be good. As for the live beer reviews, I still don't know. I mean, I did that one the other week. It was okay. I enjoyed it for the most part. We'll see. We'll see. I can't promise. You know, there are other people out there doing lives all the time. I assume Kent Beer Reviews for me is probably and Hopzine, you know, they are doing their lives quite regular. Everybody else, you know, I suppose everyone else, life changes. Life always changes. It's how your life is. The winter months are coming up, so things change. Things change in winter. It's a lot colder in here in winter. It's cold now, but in winter it's really bloody cold. So yeah, will I be down the shed in winter? Don't know. Will I be doing an advent calendar this year? I have done one for the last. I did one in Christmas 2020. I've done one for 3 years running. 20, 21, 22, 23. This year's 24. 4 years running. I've done an advent calendar. I'm not sure this year. Local, no, because most of the local breweries put the same bloody beers out at Christmas. That's their Christmassy beers, but for me, I've already reviewed them a ton loads of times, and I'm really not interested in reviewing them again and again and again. Same beers, done them plenty of times, not interested. As for an advent calendar from elsewhere, that's interesting. A brewery that's got a good advent calendar with 24 different beers. I don't want to get an advent calendar where the beers are replicated twice or 3 times, because that to me is not an advent calendar. Yeah, not a real one anyway. Not for me. But it's interesting, and I've not made any decisions. Can anybody out there recommend one? That'd be interesting. So this was a long chat. I do hope everyone's all right in the world. You know, the news is absolutely shite at the moment. You know, it just feels like every government that gets in just wants to doom us to more, the poor people and the working class, to more harm, while, you know, whilst the rich seem to get away with murder all the time, and it always seems to happen. And yeah, but anyway, what's next for Wraggys Beer Reviews? More beer, of course. That was always the thing. Cheers all, see you soon.